Hello and welcome back to another pretty HD video. Today we have another career mode episode. It is season 1 and episode 6 of Bayern career mode, and we start the episode 6 off with a fabulous looking game against none other than Borussia Dortmund. Our unbeaten streak isn't only an unbeaten streak at the moment, it's a win streak. We have won successive games for the whole season. We haven't even drew a game yet in the league or Champions League. So this was not looking to change as former Dortmund striker Lewandowski fires home with a fabulous shot and a sensational goal. It is a great bit of accuracy from him. We tricked them out with the set piece. Lewandowski came short, dummied it past the Dortmund defender and managed to wrap his foot around it and find the back corner of the net. Posting in on the way in as well, it just scraped the post, beating Weidenfeller, beating all the Dortmund defenders who was static at the back. And former Dortmund striker Lewandowski does not celebrate. He shows a bit of respect to the opposition. But we were tearing apart Dortmund, and Lewandowski gets another chance to double the lead and double his tally, but unfortunately for him, couldn't convert it. And it was 1-0 as we were approaching the half-time mark, but Kagawa was looking to change that as he taps it into Royce. Royce found Blaszczykowski. It's played back into Royce again. Royce skips past the defender, unleashes a shot, and it is a very good one. It's saved by Neuer, a bit of a scramble, and eventually the ball comes out on top for Manuel Neuer, and he is not beaten at all. So, as we continue into the second half now, it is the second half of the game, and the ball played in wasn't very good, but that was luck at its finest. I was not expecting that under any circumstances, and to be honest, that is dog-eared defending from the Dortmund players. Poor communication, poor defending overall, and that is an easy finish for Xavi Martinez. Pretty much the easiest finish he's ever going to get. And I believe it was Piszczek who made that mistake there as well in the right-back position. But it was an unleashed shot from Royce, which did force Neuer into a save in the eventual outcome. And it did draw a corner kick. Royce, the player who created it, does whip it in. It's towards Kagawa. Kagawa's header just floats over the bar, and Dortmund are looking to crawl their way back into the game. And they did do that in the 90th minute as Aubameyang whips it in towards Sokratis. It's headed away. We were trying to win every header, trying to dictate the tempo. Kagawa delivers it though. He got the space to run and he delivered the shot. And a lethal finish by Shinji meant that Dortmund did have a goal, a consolation to repay in our debt. So no clean sheet for Neuer, but a massive win against Dortmund. If anyone was going to end our streak, I really expected it to be Dortmund. And luckily, we continue our winning streak, continue on in the league, and we've got another 3 points from probably the hardest game that we're going to have, maybe, apart from the Champions League games all season. Because although Dortmund are in the relegation zone in real life and have lost the most bloody games in the Bundesliga, which is just shocking, in this game, they are still very, very good, and I would not doubt them to finish in a no less than Champions League spot this year. But we have got our second game against Galatasaray. Last time out, we did thrash Galatasaray, but it did, in fact, take us to half-time with a 0-0. So, deadlocked game at half-time, very low scoring, of course, similar to the Dortmund game. Not really clear-cut chances so far. And we're looking to see whether we can change that in the second half. As Schürrle picks it up, he drives into space, finds the pass through to Lewandowski, he takes it in his stride, taps it past the keeper, and it slips underneath him, and we do get the finish. A bit of adventure there from Schürrle, a bit of confidence as well. And you've got to say, we have got a very, very interesting team. We play with a lot of energy, our football's spiritual, and we really, really can create so many chances. Eventually, though, that was Lewandowski's finish. Lewandowski once again picks up the ball as he looks for the pass towards Alonso. Alonso then cuts inside, he looks for the space, paces it through, a bit of a bursting run from Alonso, and Alonso smashes the upright, the post, and it is no more than a shot on target. But Lewandowski does take the ball in his stride. He cuts round the defender. Bit of good trickery from him. Great ball control. Great dribbling. He had the ball stuck to his feet like glue. And unfortunately for the Galatasaray defenders, Yekta could not quite get the ball out. So Robert won the the penalty, sorry. You can see the blatant shirt pull there. Look at that. Terrible shirt pull there. Disgraceful there. And that is Galatasaray on the brink of conceding their second goal in this game. They were looking to find their way back into the game, but this could really be the killer blow now if we can convert this penalty. Originally it was Lewandowski who stepped up to the mark, but in the end I decided to put Schürrle on it. Schürrle, although technically the best penalty taker, I was debating whether to put Schweinsteiger on it, I believe, as well, but I did put Schürrle in the end, and Schürrle deservedly steps up to the spot. He's been superb this year, Schürrle, and he deserves this chance to take the penalty kick. It's right on the green, surely. Yes, keeper dived the right way, but as usual, if you put a bit more power on it, then the keepers will not save the ball on this game anymore. The keepers literally don't know how to save the ball on this game anymore. The other day I was playing PES 15, I don't know why, and literally the keeper made the most awesomest saves, and it was in that exact area where Schürrle converted that penalty there. So, you know, it's a bit of a shame because I do like PES's penalty system. It's quite unusual, and I wish FIFA would take a note from that book, but then again, with a mix of PES's with FIFA's sort of bar. I like the green thing. I like that little bar. That's a nice addition. But it was very, very established and a very convincing win at that when we eventually converted in a 3-0. Well, look at Lewandowski in the end, right in like, was that Bouet's face? He like full on, like puts his fists up, like yes, great victory lads, right in the face of the Galatasaray defender, Emmanuel Bouet, and that is 3-0 at full time. I found that quite amusing actually, but we do move into the game against Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt sits in 5th in the league, and the Waldstadion is of course their home ground in this game. We are looking for a victory from this game. Although they are 5th in the league, we are certain that we will get the better of this Frankfurt team. But it seems not, because it is drew back for a free kick before time, and this is where I check the stats. I was playing awful at the moment. 28 minutes in, I had 40% possession. I couldn't break their team down, and they were just so solid. What I found out from this game, and what you'll see in the future games in this series, is that there's a lot of BS now. Suddenly, there was a switch, and the AI thought, right, Bayern Munich are so attacking, let's just decide to just park the bus from the outright beginning. Literally, there were so many interceptions like that one, and literally, I think his name was Flum or whatever, intercepted bloody everything. And I mean, look, great tackles in the last ditch, and their defenders were sitting so deep. And it was just unliable to break them down. And it seems our win streak was coming to an end as they ran down the line here. And eventually, this is what really peed me off. Coming up now is them holding up the play. And even the bloody commentator says, oh, they are in a winning position. Surely you would if you was in a winning position. So, is this like a glitch? Is it like, because we're Bayern Munich, a draw is good enough against us now? Is that like what it is now? Because that really annoys me. This is why I'm finding it so difficult recently, after this game and onwards, to break down defensive, because suddenly they've gone so deep, and he was starting to really pee me off now. Look at it. It's just ridiculous. 0-0 from the 84th minute, and they're not having that adventure, that style of play. I think it's pretty poor from the Frankfurt defence. And well, what could I say? I wanted to serve them a bit of justice. And although technically we hadn't played very well at all, maybe justice wasn't served because of how well we played, but justice wanted to be served because of that poor, rugged decision. Why do that? Seriously, that is lowly. That is non-adventurous at all. And well, what can you say? Flipping Andre Schürrle is our saviour of our win streak. And for at least one more game, it carries on, which is just mental. It was a great turn from Schürrle, holding the ball up. It was a great turn, that. And well, he could have broke his ankle with that terrible challenge. Should have been a red card as well. Look at that disgraceful challenge. Absolutely ridiculous there. Could have absolutely snapped his ankle in half. And, well, we do go in at the full-time whistle with a 1-0 win. But I think what annoyed me most about that is because we are so good, it seems the AI have suddenly thought, right, let's just drop back. Literally, yeah, I'd be running from the halfway line with Robin, and they would be on the edge of their own area, further backwards even. It was just ridiculous. And again, a very, very tight game against Hoffenheim. And, well, look at this from Neuer. What the bloody hell is that for a throw? That's what I wanted. First time. What? Just absolutely ridiculous. And this game at this point was really starting to get me angry. I was on fire, but not on fire in form-wise either. I was on fire in my head. I just went mental at this point. I lost it. But Lewandowski does score, and it means we do take the 1-0 lead, and it finally means that we have a half-time, which isn't 0-0. I think that's the first time since the first game of this episode, I think. But it is, in fact, Rudy who passes it into Volland, and no need for the interval here, as it's played into Modest. Suddenly, they turn into bloody Barcelona, because every clearance, every header was won. Intercepted every time. That Rudy was intercepting every bloody chance. Modest has a shot, it's cleared away again. We don't meet the ball first. Why aren't we meeting the ball first there? And it was really poor defending. Absolutely disgraceful defending. But they did just suddenly turn into bloody Barcelona. What the hell? Where did that come from? And it seems our win streak only did last one more game, as Roberto Firmino turns with the ball and takes the shot on the full. So it is a 1-1 currently. It's Drew level, all square, back to square one. And it seems that we're not going to be able to get the victory from this game. So it is our first draw of the season, but the annoying thing is on this game, you draw a game and you get booed off the pitch. You lose one game in the whole season and you'll get booed off the bloody pitch. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, is it that they're booing us or is it that they're booing the opposition? I don't know. But the annoying thing about that, it's just frustrating. And it is our second piece of Champions League action of the day in this episode, which is really good actually. It means that I'm getting a lot of matches into each episode, and you can see the table. We're running away with the top 4 wins from 4 games played, and we're looking to justify that and, well, pretty much certify our position and establish our top of the group position. But not much happened in the first half again, weirdly, and well, it's probably because of Juventus' really deep bloody line, which is starting to pee me off even more and more, game in, game out. But Rode did nod it down to Ribery. Ribery looking for the chances, he played it into Benatia. Mehdi Benatia switches it towards Philipp Lahm now. Philipp Lahm finds the ball down the line, and as Robben dribbles inside here, he whips it in towards Lewandowski! Oh, what a chance for the man himself, Robert Lewandowski. And unfortunately, the former Dortmund striker couldn't convert. But there was a bit of a scramble clear, and eventually we do get the ball away, which means no goal for Juventus. But it did take that 75th minute when Lewandowski eventually cuts inside again, takes it round his man, makes sure he drives into the space and doesn't attack the defender. The defender didn't cover very well there. The right centre-back, I believe that was, didn't cover very well, and we exploited that little bit of space, or it might have been even the right back. Look, where is he going? He's like on the other side of the bloody pitch. He's got to approach Lewandowski there, tried to come across and tried to make the interception. I'm not complaining though, and it is a very, very well fought game here, a very tight game, and it was fought out right to the last minute as Lahm picks it up into Robben's feet now. First touch football in to Lewandowski. Lewandowski's got the chance, he shoots! Oh my word, I thought that went through the net or something there from Robert Lewandowski. But that does bring this episode to an end. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash the like button. I really can't thank you enough for watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more career mode and the few Ultimate Team videos here and there. And remember, all those people who want Everton career mode, it's coming back after this one season with Bayern, so don't worry about that. I've got it all sorted and planned. And I will see you next time.